won't be using it right now. I need to charge it for next time. I will need to use it in the future, so forgive me if the audio quality isn't the most crisp. But welcome back to the channel. Can't believe I'm saying that. I have a YouTube channel and it's great, it's fun. And people are asking me like, oh, you're doing YouTube? Why are you doing YouTube now? Honestly, it's because I have more time, flexibility to do it. It's something I've always wanted to do. I'm the type of person that if I've always wanted to try something and it's a little burning desire inside of me, I am not going to stop until I give it a shot. And I just think, what's there to lose, you know? There's lots of exciting stuff that I can share now that I'm on my journey here in Dubai. A couple of you may have followed me. If you're new to the channel and you haven't followed me previously, on Instagram it's Kate Augusta, or on YouTube, again, Kate Augusta. You can have a look at some of the videos I've posted. Before moving to Dubai, we lived in London for 10 years and I worked in the corporate career in London. And that was really good, really exciting, loved the city. It definitely changed a lot before we left and it was time for us to move on, just for growth journey, basically, the growth plans. We thought we would grow quicker here in Dubai, so that's why we moved essentially. But there's lots of exciting stories to share and I thought I can do that on YouTube. And quite honestly, it's easier for me to stay up to date with people on YouTube. I mean, friends, family, ex-colleagues if you're signing in, etc, etc. I do have quite a wide network of people that I used to work with in London over the past 10 years, but also friends and family, and I've worked in clinics in the past in Scotland, so I know a lot of people still follow along and it's really nice to keep people up to date. Actually, I'm asked a lot of questions regarding why we moved to Dubai, what I'm doing here in Dubai. Now that people love to see new places that they've maybe never seen before. Here we are here in Dubai and we are in my living room. I hope you like it. It's actually very neutral. That's because we rent this property and I never really touch the walls apart from hanging paintings when I rent a property because I just cannot be bothered with the hassle of repainting it all. But this is what we're working with at the moment. We have actually purchased a new property, still in Dubai, and we own the next property, which is exciting, so I can do lots of different bits and bobs to it. I can get really creative with the design, maybe add some more warmth, some textures, tones, textured wallpaper, some really nice materials. That's what I'm looking forward to doing. I was actually on the phone this morning to an interior designer just to help me try and bring some ideas together and to work out a budget. Obviously when you're in a new country, it's hard to work out, you know, what you should be spending and what things cost here. So it's nice to make a plan. So here we are, we're back on YouTube, and there was a couple of things that I wanted to input actually into this vlog, and I thought it would be so much better doing a sit down chatty vlog with you. I'm having my greens juice today. This is the real greens, I'll show you. It's the organic superfood blend. I don't know why I'm saying because actually it's not that tasty. It's very green. It's very bland. I actually put some lemon juice or lime juice in, but this has got baobab, barley grass, chlorella, moringa, pineapple, wheatgrass, and spirulina. So yeah, you can put this in your water, smoothies, or salads. It's got 7 superfoods rich in natural vitamins and minerals. Added with baobab and pineapple, vitamin C contributes to the normal function of the immune system. Iron helps to fight tiredness and fatigue. Yeah. So do you know what? 1 teaspoon a day makes it easy for you to get lots of greens and lots of nutrients. And I really like this product actually. So yeah, and it's gluten-free, free from sweeteners, fillers, flavorings, or anything artificial. And it says there's about 30 servings in this one pot. So this is what I'm having. I have this every morning, and I'm currently sitting with a hair mask in, and I thought I'd show you my favorite hair mask, which is the Kris Resistance hair mask. Kris Resistance Mask Therapist. It is a wonderful hair mask and it just smells so fresh, so good. I used this before my wedding. Also, I think my hairdresser used a lot of the Colour Wow products, but I washed my hair the night before my wedding because I was wearing it down, and I used this. It's almost my version of a conditioner. It is a conditioner basically. It's a conditioner and a heat mask for your hair. You leave it in, you blow dry your hair, and it's silky, smooth, and smells very fresh, but not overpowering. It's delicious and it doesn't weigh my hair down. So if you watched a few of my previous vlogs, there was a vlog where I attended a conference called Dubai Derma, which is the Middle East's largest skincare scientific conference. And it's a great place for lots of suppliers, medical aesthetic practitioners, business consultants to network, explore, learn about new treatments. Now you might be thinking, why am I talking about a medical aesthetics conference? Well, my history in my corporate career has always been medical. I started off my career when I was a lot younger as a dental nurse, and then I progressed into practice management. From there, I then moved to London and I was a business manager at a beautiful private dental practice in Chelsea. That was my dream at that point in time. It was directly across from Bluebird. If you ever watched Made in Chelsea on the King's Road, just like, it was my dream. And I managed a practice there. I always kept my LinkedIn up to date, and then I got approached by some corporate companies. And the first corporate company I got approached by was Straumann, which was a global dental implant and biomaterial manufacturer. They were the #1 dental implant company. So that was my first exposure into the corporate world. And I loved it. I learned a lot. Shortly after that, I was then contacted by Allergan Aesthetics. Allergan Aesthetics is the global manufacturer, #1 brand leader at the time for Botox. So Botox is a brand name, but everyone's heard of it. So they were the manufacturers and makers of Botox. They also had Juvederm dermal filler. They then later introduced something which was a combination of a biostimulator, so stimulating collagen, plus hyaluronic acid. I think that was called Harmonica, if I remember rightly. I left just after that because I was then approached by a company called Galderma. And Galderma were the global #1 dermatology company in the world, and that was really exciting to work for them. I headed up the London commercial team. We had 6 fantastic account managers. I worked really closely with them, and we drove the commercial business all across the city of London, and we were the highest performing team. It was really, really exciting. There's a whole other topic of discussion I can go into about corporate one day if you're interested. If you have any questions about corporate, about career, interviews, how I found it, anything at all, you can ask in the comments box and I'll answer your questions. But for now, I wanted to talk to you about the conference that I went to. I spent the last 10 years of my career focused on medical aesthetics, and it's such an exciting industry. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about medical aesthetics because I think actually the industry at the moment sometimes gets a little bit of a bad rep. So when I went to Dubai Derma, it was really interesting. There was so many trending treatments. I noticed that there was a lot of regenerative treatments, which was a little bit of a change, definitely, from what we'd seen in the UK. I would say the past year or two, it's probably been focused a lot more on regenerative treatments, so regenerating your body's own response to collagen production, for example, or to use certain products for healing, scar repair, tissue repair, hair growth, etc. And it's a really exciting part of the industry. They're more naturally sounding treatments. Patients are definitely more open to them. Exosomes, polynucleotides, there's lots of neuromodulators on the market still, and there's dermal fillers. And dermal fillers, by the way, used in the right patient conditions with the right practitioner with a good aesthetic eye and good experience, using the right amount of product and the correct product, dermal fillers can look really good. I think they have a bit of a bad rep in the industry, more so recently because patients are kind of walking away overfilled. Practitioners either don't have the aesthetic eye that they should have when they're doing these treatments, so patients are walking away quite overfilled, or they're just not turning away patients for treatment that don't need it, or patients are just absolutely adamant that they want to have dermal filler. And there's a bit of body dysmorphia potentially. It is a thing in the industry for sure. You may go into a practitioner asking for lip filler and cheek filler because that's generally what patients ask for. And the practitioner may be looking at you and after doing a full face assessment will be thinking, a good practitioner might be thinking, actually, no, that's not what you need. I'm going to re-educate you and we'll tell you what you may need. You may need more regenerative treatments. You may need dermal filler, but maybe you need it in a different place. Maybe we're looking at profile balancing, so how your face might look from the side, and how to balance everything out in proportions. So really, you want to go for qualified medical practitioners with really good experience and really good aesthetic eye. There was also a real push at Dubai Derma on having protocols versus procedures. So not just going in and asking for your lips done or your 3 areas of toxin. There may be other areas that if you have treated might enhance your look a little bit further. But listen, medical aesthetics isn't for everyone. Non-surgical treatments and surgical treatments are not for everyone. But so it's not just having one treatment and expecting the world. It's about, you know, knowing what protocols to have, how long to commit to those protocols, and you know, you've got to manage your own expectations and really ask yourself, why are you having these treatments? So I always ask like 3 questions to myself, like, who am I doing this for? You know, am I doing this for myself? Am I doing it for someone else? Is there any expectations that I've placed on myself or that others have placed on me, and why is that? Where is it coming from? How do I feel now? Do I feel a bit tired? I really want to feel more refreshed and I want to feel more confident in myself. Am I doing it for myself? How will that impact my life? How I show up for myself in my career, in my relationships, etc., etc. Write down these questions, write down the answers, and really get to know, why are you doing these treatments? Who's it for? Once you get those answers, if you still really feel like you want to go ahead and have some treatments, then absolutely, that's your prerogative, and these treatments can be done amazingly if you go to the right practitioners, which, by the way, I know a lot of amazing practitioners. So yeah, so back to Dubai Derma, there was a lot on exosomes. So you may hear of exosomes trending quite a lot, and really the best way to describe exosomes to you is that they're tiny, powerful messenger cells. You can think of them, exosomes, as high-tech skin healers. They help to repair skin damage, they help to reduce inflammation, and help you look fresher, healthier, more radiant. They're often used after treatments like microneedling, which is also really good, and that can supercharge the results. Polynucleotides, that was another thing I've seen a lot of. So polynucleotides, you may have heard of it before. It's the salmon sperm facial. They work wonders for skin regeneration. They're great for dullness, dryness, or crepey looking texture. So they're not used for replacing volume loss. They're really good for people in their mid-30s and upwards. Anyone looking for more hydration, elasticity, and that glow from within look. And so polynucleotides are all about healing and repairing the skin from within, and they work on a deeper level than your topical treatments. So that's something that's still really popular and will continue to be popular. And there's a few brands that are quite well known and have done extremely well in the UK and also in the Middle East, so that's super exciting. If you do want to know any of the best brands to go to, I can definitely recommend them to you as well. I could even do a Q&A with some of the founders if you like, because I do know some of them. There's lots of lifting, tightening, toning devices as well out there. Lots of body devices and treatments as well. Neuromodulators are never really going to disappear, and they are probably still one of the most popular treatments out there. Neuromodulators are also known as Botox or anti-wrinkle treatments. Botox is actually a brand name, and there's multiple brand names of neuromodulators. So you've got Botox, you may have heard of Azelure, Illusians, Relfydess is a new one, and also Boccaccio. So I would say the 3 main ones for a long time were Botox, Azelure, and Boccaccio. Then Illusians was introduced. They were introduced by Galderma, and then you also have Relfydess, which is the latest liquid neuromodulator introduced by Galderma. I used to work for Galderma. And so you've got Allergan Aesthetics, they own Botox. You've got Galderma, who own Azelure, Illusians, and Relfydess. And then you have Merz Aesthetics, who own Boccaccio. There's lots of other similar products coming onto the market. I hear there's some products coming into the market that are for short-term use. So there may be toxins that don't last as long, neuromodulators that don't last as long. They give you a little insight into what it's like having these treatments, but they won't last as long as the likes of something like Illusians or Relfydess. They block the messenger called acetylcholine, which is sent to the muscle, which prevents the muscle movement essentially. So if you're preventing the muscle movement, you're then preventing the movement that's causing your static or dynamic lines. And overall, it can just make you feel much more refreshed and rejuvenated. You might feel your makeup goes on a little better. I know when I've not had my neuromodulator treatment, which I mentioned in a video, I haven't had it done now for over a year. Actually, no, that's a lie. It's not over a year, it's 1 year. No, it is. It's over a year now. That's crazy. That's crazy for me, by the way. There you go. Look, you can see my dynamic lines. So when I move, you can see it's extremely wrinkly for me. And static lines, you can see there's definitely some static lines there. Look, it's normal. It's normal to have movement. We shouldn't be, well, everyone might like a different look, let's just say that. I actually prefer that I don't have a lot of movement in my forehead. But I've gotten used to it. I've gotten used to seeing my forehead moving, and it's not the end of the world. There's bigger fish to fry, but I certainly will be going back to get my anti-wrinkle treatment. I tend to have 3 areas done, so I'll have my forehead, my glabella, or your 11 lines, and my lateral canthal lines, which is known as crow's feet lines. I usually have that done too. Now I would say the last time I got my neuromodulator, the brand that I went for, lasted much longer, and it for sure has still lasted really well in the crow's feet lateral canthal lines. You can even have things like a tiny eyebrow tail lift. You've got to be careful though with the practitioner that you go to, because obviously there can be side effects as well. You might get eyebrow drooping if someone injects in the wrong areas, or you could end up with a Spock brow when it's way too high. That's happened to me in the past. And the best practitioners will treat you individually as a patient. They will do certain dosing for certain types of patients with different anatomy, because we're not all the same. We've got different anatomy structures, and therefore you need to have different dosing, and treatment will look different for everyone. So it's a super exciting market. There's some insane treatments out there. I actually was reading a lot about surgical treatments last night, because you've got Anne Hathaway, you've seen Kris Jenner's updated facelift, deep plane facelifts, neck lifts, eyebrow lifts, blepharoplasties. That's like having the fat and the excess skin removed here from your upper eyelids. You can get lower blepharoplasties if you need it. That's more if you have bulging fat here and loose skin here. There's different treatments for everyone, and the point is never compare yourself to someone else, because what I may need done or want done may not be the right treatment for you, and you may require something completely different. So everyone has different needs. And dermal fillers are still good for emulating bone, for profile balancing without surgery, for volume loss. So there's still a great place for dermal fillers in the market, but now there's so many other treatments that you can have. If you are a bit fearful of dermal filler and you feel like you're not looking for any volume replacement at the moment, if you don't need profile balancing, etc., if you're not looking for a non-surgical rhinoplasty, then you may want to go for more regenerative treatments. And I actually found, moving to Dubai, I really had to up my skincare regime, because it's so warm here, the conditions are super harsh. You know, you've got bright sun, high UV, you've got strong air conditioning, so you're going from heat into aircon, out to the heat into aircon. If you're going on your evening walks or your morning walks, in the summer especially, you are sweating, the humidity is really high. It's dusty here, there's also quite a lot of pollution as well. So all of these things are very, very tough on the skin, and I've really had to up my skincare regime. And I've never, touch wood, really grateful, I've never really had horrific skin. Obviously I get hormonal breakouts, completely normal, or if you're stressed you can get breakouts. But my skin generally has been good, but I do take good care of it, and I will make sure I always double cleanse, I always tone, and I use a retinol toner. And then I will majorly hydrate my skin with some sort of hyaluronic acid. I also want to touch on the fact that beauty comes from within, right? So you can do all of these treatments and you can look a certain way. You can apply an hour's worth of makeup. You can take photos in amazing light, and you can apply filters, and you can almost look perfect. People are actually coming into clinics with filtered pictures saying, make me look like this, right? You don't need to look like everyone else. Definitely embrace your character, your own features, but you can have all of these things on the outside, and if you don't work on your inner health, like, you still might not feel 100% fulfilled. So a few things that I will always do to feel really good on the inside, and it's super, super important to me. I've definitely adjusted my lifestyle over the past, I would say, 5 to 6 years to really prioritise these key things. A few of them are daily walks in nature. It's so important to get outside, even for 5 to 10 minutes, but walk in nature, breathe in the fresh air, and show a bit of gratitude. Like, even when you're walking around, if you can smell the freshly cut grass, if the trees are blowing in the wind, if there's a nice breeze, or if you've got the sun on your back, like, really spending a few moments just to be really grateful for these moments, it does wonders for your mind. Pilates and movement as well, so trying to find some time to work out. I don't do crazy high rock style training anymore. It just doesn't really suit how I want to feel. Sometimes it makes me feel a wee bit more stressed out than relaxed. So strength training is really important for you, just to build up your strength, build up your muscle. It's good for your posture, good for your overall bone health and density, and it changes the composition of your body, so it's great. Cardio, always including a little bit of cardio. Obviously when you play tennis as well, we're doing a lot of cardio footwork drills, and you're running around that court which is really tough. But yeah, tennis is great as well. So finding sports that you really enjoy, that's also a hobby. I'm huge on hobbies. Like, it's just great having a focus, trying to improve yourself, you know, failing, learning, meeting new friends. So sports are a really good way to keep fit as well. Nutrition is a big one. So trying to eat a good variety of healthy foods, green foods. So get, you know, you can have your carbs, have your vegetables, lots of protein, nice healthy fats. I love a Mediterranean style diet, good healthy olive oil. Love food, love good tasting food. So trying to cook from home, nice fresh food. But of course, every so often we'll go and have a beautiful sourdough pizza. Still always go for the Mediterranean ingredients on top of it. But you know, you can have a burger every so often. Like, you can treat yourself. But generally, you know, trying to make healthier food choices and to fill your body with the nutrition that it deserves. So letting go of any toxic energy, anyone that's negative in your space, call it out or get rid of it. Like, just don't have it in your space. Stop feeling the need to over explain yourself to everyone as well. If you've got goals, just work on your goals, and at the end of the day, you're the one that pays your bills, not anyone else. This is your life. There's one version of you on this planet. No one is like you. You are unique, and do whatever the hell you want to do. Like, if you have a dream, it's definitely been put there for a reason, and you can challenge yourself and just go and achieve the things you want to achieve, whatever that looks like to you, and don't compare yourself to others. What's it they say? Comparison is the thief of joy. And it truly is. There was another thing, actually, it was really interesting. I went to this Korean museum here in Dubai, because I'm quite obsessed with how they do things in South Korea and the Korean skincare, etc. And there was this AI photo booth that I went into. You can it takes a full scan of your face, etc., and it implants your face onto one of the Blackpink members. And it was so interesting to see, and actually super scary, because it definitely was like, oh wow, okay, this is how you could look. That requires surgery, and oh, she's a lot skinnier, she's got a tinier waist and a really curvy bum, and she's so skinny and slim in her shoulders. And I'm like, wow, like, it's so interesting, fascinating, really good fun to see it. But also, I was just really conscious that young girls, guys, maybe looking at these things and aspiring to these things, right? There's lots of AI photo generators out there, and you just have to be careful, because not everything is as it seems online. Remember, we said about hours and hours of makeup, great lighting, stylists, etc, etc. These things are all not, you don't just wake up, basically, you know, like, I woke up like this. You don't just wake up like that generally. So it's just like, there's smoke and mirrors, right? So just when you see certain things online, you know, maybe it's just asking yourself a few questions, just reminding yourself, okay, yeah, well, she does look amazing, he looks fantastic, but yeah, of course, that's good. Lots of hours in the gym, great nutrition, great skincare products, maybe non-surgical treatments, maybe surgical treatments. That's expensive, can be expensive over time. What else, you know? Okay, yeah, they visit the hairdresser, get their hair dyed, they have facials, they get their eyebrows done, oh, they get their nails done. What else can you have? They go to Pilates classes. Like, these things don't just come for free, and they're not just given to you. It takes time, dedication, commitment and expense, and that's all absolutely wonderful, but I guess it's just recognizing that. So when I seen these AI images, I was like, oh, it's really funny. It's really interesting to me to see different beauty cultures across the world. Something I definitely want to dive into more, but it's also a realization of, okay, like, there's younger generations now that are going to be looking at these AI images thinking they have to aspire to be that. So this is my message. It's about maintaining the balance, realizing that these things are often not real. They don't come without hard work and expense and dedication and some commitment. These things aren't bad if that's what makes you happy. But yeah, it's just getting to know yourself and actually what does make you happy, and try not to make huge drastic changes when you're younger, because you might feel a bit differently when you get into your mid-30s. You know, things might start to look a bit differently to you in the world. Your priorities might change as well. So yeah, it's just, I think that's the key message is, look, there's a lot of pressure to look or to conform or to be a certain way. Just try to retain your individuality. Beauty comes from within as well. Work on your inner wellness. Have aesthetic treatments if it makes you feel good. Have surgical treatments if it makes you feel more confident or more polished or whatever. If it's something that's been on your mind for years, if it's your priority, that's absolutely great. I'm all for that too. Like, there's definitely no judgment from my side being in the industry. Yeah, so retain your character, be the best version of yourself, work on your mental with your inner wellness.
Connect you with the most trusted voices in wellness, both in the UK and now also in the UAE. On that note, it gives me great pleasure to introduce tonight's amazing speakers. We're joined by hormone expert and co-founder of 23MD, Dr. Martin Gailey, aesthetic doctor and regenerative expert, Dr. Suha Kirsch, and GP and women's health advocate, Dr. Carla Sauer. And together they're going to really be discussing the treatments and therapies that can help to support during times of hormonal fluctuation, from new advancements in female health to the rise of modern weight loss medications, HRT, hormone replacement therapy, and even lifestyle amends like supplementation, nutrition, and exercise.
I've just been at the photo shoot today for some business consulting work that I do here in the Middle East, and I work with such a lovely founder. She's super inspirational and we have a lot of similarities and really good energy. I'm all about the energy and the passion, so We have a bit more hair and makeup done today and I'm heading for dinner tonight as well. So it should be lovely. Don't know how the videos and images turned out. It's always really hard putting yourself in front of a professional camera and trying to do things unscripted to sound natural. Hopefully the personality came across and professionalism, but who knows, we shall have to see the results. It was a really fun day, really nice afternoon. We will see the results. Really looking forward to seeing the results. Now I'm heading back, quick freshen up, dinner this evening with a potential clinic that's opening here in the UAE. It's a clinic group actually, so it will be really interesting, nice to get to know some new people. Oh, the makeup is glowy today. And still have my factor 50 SPF on, by the way, super important. So I'm glad to take you along on the journey. I will insert some of the BTS and the B-roll so that you can see what we got up to today. And yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Dubai, blue skies. I'm surprised I'm walking in this heat, but you know, it's warm. I've had to take my blazer off, but it's okay. So yeah, looking forward to dinner. It's very healthy, fresh. Good for your cardio. Wow, that looks insane. Good morning everyone, it's an early start here. It is just after 6:30. I have an exciting day today, but here I'm taking my real greens and some L-glutamine. L-glutamine is something I have, it's an amino acid and it's good for gut repair and gut health and good for your immune system and post-recovery in the gym as well. There's lots of other benefits to it, so have a read about it and definitely consult a doctor or nutritionist if you want to supplement these types of things. But you're meant to have it on its own, but I have it with my real greens just so I can combine the two with a little bit of lime juice. And then this is a delicious chia pot that I got from Lulu Hypermarket in Dubai. It's so yummy. So I'm going to have that and then take you with me on an amazing day today. Wait till you see where we're going. So it was well worth the early start this morning. Teresa, my friend, and I came to water yoga and it was such a unique experience with 360-degree views across the Palm and also the marina. Oh, just so beautiful, and I would definitely recommend it. Here's my lunch before horse riding this evening. I've gone for chicken teriyaki, which I marinated myself with fluffy jasmine rice, carrots, which I didn't grate, just chopped them, and spring onion with some lettuce. So excited to come to Facelift Equestrian Club. This is my first horse riding lesson in Dubai and I haven't sat on a horse in about 2 years. You can see my last vlog where I was explaining about my history with horse riding, and look at this gorgeous boy. He is so excited to jump, pricked ears and just happy, and I cannot wait to get back into riding. This is Senu, so she's a half Arabian, half thoroughbred horse. She was lovely and honestly it didn't go to plan. I fell off, can you believe it? I will share the story in the next vlog and I'll give you a rundown, but I certainly got a fright It was hilarious when I look back, hilarious because I was uninjured, but I definitely will be buying a back protector for my future lessons. And can you believe it? You know, first time back in the saddle in 2 years, and honestly, I really never ever used to fall off. My seat usually was very good, but I fell off, and it's hilarious because my husband was there watching, like, why does that happen? But it was a bit of a freaky, spooky accident, and I was unprepared, to be honest, but I will share that story with you in the next vlog. Polina was my riding instructor. She's from Belarus. She was very strict and friendly all at the same time, and she was fab. She was really trying to help me work on my lower leg, so I want to stop moving it as much, stop kicking unnecessarily. It's funny because you have muscle memory, but trying to look good while horse riding is also difficult when you've not done it in so long. My main aim would be to get back doing a little bit of jumping. That'll take a few months of working hard on my flat work first of all and getting used to the horses here. So it was a really fun lesson. This is the indoor AC arena at Facelift Equestrian Club, and it's a great club. They do everything from beginner to advanced, show jumping, desert rides, and this was really refreshing to have the AC indoor arena because it was around 30 degrees. So I look forward to getting back into my riding, sharing more with you, and I'm just proud of myself that I got back on the horse after the small accident, and I'll share more with you in the next vlog.